Universal background checks? The gun grabbers love to talk about background checks because it makes them look like they care about saving lives, but they don't want to tell you the truth about background checks because it blows up their argument and shows their hypocrisy. The DOJ did a study that showed 90% of criminals surveyed in jail avoided background checks altogether when acquiring guns. Could it be that the anti-Second Amendment radicals never saw that study? What about the study that showed 95% of background checks denied were initially false positives? In other words, good people being denied their right to purchase a firearm for no good reason, often because of a common name or simply a mistake on an application. Is it likely the gun grabbers didn't see that study either? What happens to your personal information after a background check? Do they delete it? In 2016, the General Accounting Office discovered that the names of thousands of gun owners were being retained despite the fact that a gun owner's database is prohibited. What about the delays that come with background checks? Do the anti-gunners know that a New Jersey woman was stabbed to death while waiting for her background check to be approved? The man who killed her was the very reason she applied in the first place. So what does this mean? Well, obviously, criminals are paying no attention to background checks, while good people are the ones being denied their rights and put in danger in the process. Do the gun grabbers know about this? It would seem that they want high crime numbers by the policies they put in place, but that couldn't be. It would also seem that they want law-abiding citizens to be the ones restricted from owning guns. No, that's crazy talk. Gun Owners of America understands the deceitful motives behind the push for expanded background checks, and they won't stand for it. Did you know that universal background checks would prevent a father from handing down a gun to his stepson? Did you know that universal background checks would prevent someone from giving a gun to a woman to protect herself from a violent predator? Do the anti-gunners have any idea how failed and ineffective background checks are? Or do they just repeat what they hear on their favorite news channel? So if we know the bad guys pay no attention to background checks, and we know that every universal background check would only affect those who want to follow the law, in other words, the good people we're not concerned with, who do you think universal background checks are really intended for? And why?